The word occult, that word means hidden or secret. And I think that's interesting because in the Bible, Proverbs 25:2 says that it is the glory of God to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings to search it out, or to search out a matter. Now that's interesting. Why do they tell us that if we learn about the occult, or we learn about esoteric stuff, then we're going to go burn in hell? Why do they tell us this if God tells us in Proverbs 25:2 and in multiple places in the Bible that he hides things? So that means it's hidden. I would imagine if he hides things, our job is to seek them out. Now, this is why Jesus got mad at the people when they weren't listening to him, because he would tell people all sorts of stuff and no one would listen to him. Jesus even flipped out in the church where he turned the tables and got angry because people were playing and dealing with money inside the church. He screamed at the Pharisees, "Woe to the scribes and the Pharisees." Matthew 23, 27, 28, yelling at the scribes and Pharisees. And people are still not getting it. Now, Jesus was teaching people to do something, and most people don't know what that is. Now, I want to remind you that in John 14:12, he says, "Verily, I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works I have been doing, and they will do even greater things than these, because I am going to the Father." Matthew 7:24, "Therefore everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice." You have to put them into practice. So you can't just believe words. You can't just trust and have faith in a man named Jesus and expect miracles to happen to you. You can't. Every now and again, people get lucky. That's life. But you're not understanding it, obviously, okay? It says many times, Jesus says, John 14:17, he lives with you and will be in you. And that's talking about God. Luke 17:21, the kingdom of God is within you. 1 Corinthians 3:16, don't you know that you yourselves are the temple of God's Spirit and it dwells in you? 2 Corinthians 6:16, for we are the temples of the living God. Now, Jesus is saying all this stuff, and he ends up getting very angry. Luke 6:46, why do you call me Lord and not do what I say? Why are you calling me Lord? Why are you bowing to me, but you're not doing anything I tell you to do? You are obeying the Pharisees, obeying the churches, obeying the nonsense. You're not listening to what I'm saying. None of it. Understand what he's saying and do what he says to do. That's the thing. People are not getting. Now, if you want to know that, and you have to understand, what did Jesus do? Well, Luke 5:16, Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. Luke 5:16, but Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. Matthew 6:6, but thou, when thou prayest, enter thy closet, and thou hast thy door shut. Pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. So Jesus went into his closet and he prayed quietly and secretly to God. That's interesting. You have Matthew 6:7. When you pray, do not keep babbling on like pagans, for they think they will be heard because of their many words. So that's what Jesus says. So don't babble like pagans. It says all over the Bible not to pray to symbols and carved images, but we do it anyway. We don't do the meditating. We don't do any of what Jesus is telling us to do, and it's truly tragic. If you want to learn what he's telling us to do, if you want to learn what the Bible is truly talking about, go to my website, download all my free stuff. Everything is free. I am here because I believe in humanity. I love you, and I hope you love yourself. And if you don't, start to. I love you all. Go to my website, learn as much as you can. This is my opinion.